These are the top stories of the day in the crypto sphere, everybody. We have an AI super token forming like it's a super group in the 70s. Also, Zach XBT took down a hacker. Was it North Korea? And then he threatened to R-word them. It got crazy. And then last but not least, we have the Coinbase lawsuit. And it looks like SEC scored some victories. Let's go around the blockchain. Thank you for joining, everybody. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button because we got 4 of the best guests in the entire universe, everyone, and the Spideyverse as well. We're going to go and start with Crypto Ty in the top left. Ty, how are you doing today?
I am doing incredible. How could you not with how the markets are looking?
Yeah, volatility is key. That's why we love crypto. Then we also have Thinking Crypto holding it down. And Thinking Crypto, what is that on that T-shirt? I can't tell. Is that Guns N' Roses? Is it?
Yeah, GNR, baby, GNR.
Favorite GNR song? And chat, let us know your favorite GNR song too.
It's got to be Welcome to the Jungle. It's on my workout playlist.
All right. I like Sweet Child of Mine, also a good one. Also on, we have Jake Claver. Jake, you actually look like you like GNR. You kind of have that vibe about you. Jake, are you a GNR fan?
Definitely love Guns N' Roses, man. I didn't even catch the shirt. That was great.
I saw a little bit of that logo. I thought it was that same. It was either that or Bitcoin. I wasn't sure. Fun fact, I saw Slash play. He's very, very short. And then last but not least, of course, in the corner, we got Drew Wolfer holding it down with the blue blockers because he's just blocking out all the FUD. Drew, how are you doing today?
Man, every day is a good day to be on ATB. I'm blessed to be here. I appreciate you guys having me.
Man, we got a star-stacked episode. Let's just get right to the first story here. 3 decentralized platforms to merge AI tokens, and they're creating an AI alliance. What are the tokens? Fetch, Singularity, and Ocean Protocol are the 3 tokens, and they've agreed to combine into one and create an alliance for decentralized AI, and the token is going to be called ASI. If I was hoping to see it here, ASI token. The total amount, $2.6 billion, and a starting price of $282. And looks like they're figuring out the conversion rates right now. Fully diluted, $7.5 billion. Very, very big news in the AI space. All 3 tokens, end up shooting up about 20% on average, give or take. And this is after these things have been pumping. They're all looking at around 10x's just lately here. But Crypto Ty, I just got to ask you, you're more about the traditional finance world, and the traditional world is loving AI. What are your thoughts about this big AI super group forming?
I love it. So if my following knows, I've been talking about Singularity Net for months now. It's actually my second largest holding in my portfolio. And so I've known that something like this is going to come. I didn't think that it was going to be exactly this, but I'm very bullish on this. Creating a powerhouse. The big thing I like about it, Singularity Net being like the decentralized savior of AI. A lot of AI, you see it's starting to get centralized and controlled. And you being a big Cardano fan, you're obviously a big fan of decentralization. You obviously know Cardano has some big connections with Singularity, and bringing these 2 cryptos in, Fetch AI. When you talk about AI cryptos, those are the 2 you hear about: Singularity Net, Fetch AI. So I'm very bullish on this. This is going to be huge for this crypto.
Yeah, very, very bullish as well. Oh, no, hitting I don't know how I jumped in on that. Oh, man, one of these apps. Sorry, it was that article all of a sudden just started throwing a video at me. I don't know if you guys heard that. I definitely heard. I don't even know what the ad was. All right, well, a lot of AI hype is happening here, but some are saying, no, people aren't bullish enough. People are saying people are way too bullish. Thinking crypto. When it comes to crypto and AI, it's clearly hot right now. But is it too hot? Not hot enough? Or like the bed, is it just right?
I don't think it's hot enough. We have seen incredible moves for these AI coins, but meme coins have been pumping harder, in my opinion. I'm a Fetch token holder. I actually took some profits because I was up near 560% on it. But this is bullish news. But I think the AI narrative, just as it is in the regular tech world and stocks, still has ways to go. So I don't think it's high enough yet. And this is a really big news item here. These different projects joining forces. And I think there's still another leg up for these tokens to go.
All right. Someone in the chat was asking about AGIX in particular, wondering if it was going to stay on Cardano. I actually pulled this breaking news. I pulled his tweet up. I saw this about right before we went live. How about a native asset on Cardano for this new venture? Ben Gertzel is the founder of AGIX. We've had him on the main channel. Yes, to answer your questions, yes, the current AGIX ADA will become ASI ADA. Absolutely. Now, Jake, I want you to have a hot take here. Is that actually going to hurt their chances now that they're kind of doing, three protocols, kind of doing three similar things but unique on different chains? Is that going to be too hard to manage? Some EVM capabilities, maybe some near capabilities, maybe some Cardano capabilities. Are they trying to do too much?
I don't think so. Ben Gertzel's a genius. He's a powerhouse. I don't know if your viewers are probably familiar with him. I think a lot of the people that are involved with these projects are highly qualified to be able to accomplish what they're looking to do. And to have the synergies and all of those brought together, I think that we all know the future is multi-chain, right? You need to be agnostic, you need capability to be interoperable between networks. And I think these three merging are kind of maybe a poster child for that. Maybe we'll see more projects, come together in a coalition to form a token. I think this is kind of like a trial run for this. I don't think this has ever been done before, so I'm excited to see how it turns out.
You hit the nail on the head. I think the future, I agree 100%. The future is going to be multi-chain, multimodal, and this seems to be a AI crypto project that's focusing on multi-chain just by having all these coins from different ecosystems. Now, Drew, you're going to probably get the some are going to consider the funner question here, the one maybe suited for the people wearing a tinfoil hat at home. Are we closer to Skynet now? And is a Skynet type scenario something that is a risk here?
I honestly think that that's always going to be kind of an overarching, like almost looming, like kind of doomsday rhetoric that we're always going to see, right? Because we understand the power of AI. We understand that potentially in the future, the AI could replace a lot of stuff that we already know. So I would say yes, potentially, but we're levels and levels away from that. Depending on how quickly, we saw the Industrial Revolution, that went fast, right? So, this could go, with technology, there's like this crazy curve that it goes up and it increases at an alarming rate a lot of times. So could we see it in our lifetime? Yeah, maybe. But I think we definitely see it in our children's lifetime. Like my kid, he's 11. He'll probably see that in his lifetime, is my opinion. I can't guarantee or say anything more than that, but yeah, I think it's definitely a risk factor that people should probably put into account.
I think you diamond hand all your crypto, do not pass any on to your son, and then use that funds to become immortal, and then you'll live longer than your son. So sorry, son, you got to take the L. Daddy gets the new robot exoskeleton. All right, let's go to the next topic here. We kid, of course. Zach XBT, kids are the future, have more. Zach XBT maybe took down a hacker, everybody, this Munchables. It's a heck of a name. It rolls off the tongue. Hit that like button if you ate some Lunchables, and maybe let me know what was your favorite Lunchable. I think I got to go with the ham cracker, and you get the Oreo. All right, Munchables Hacker returned $62 million worth of Ether without ransom. They identified the hacker as one of their developers. But wait, the story gets pretty interesting. Looks like it came from the team member hiring a North Korean developer, also known as Werewolves. This is from Zach XBT. Well, go ahead and, we scroll down, you see they got into it on X. I want to share this. This is from now, language warning, everybody. This is, Munchables, tweeted something out here. Zach XBT responding to somebody. Buddy, I will R-word you and your other North Korean devs so hard on chain, your country has another blackout. It's over 500,000 views at this moment. Fun story. Not fun. It's a terrible story. They hired a dev, allegedly from North Korea. That dev recommended a second dev. So then they hired a second guy. Then those two said, oh, well, we got a third buddy. You got to bring him on board. Then they hire the third guy, and then all three were in agreement. Oh, but our fourth friend can really plug some holes here. The four people were the same hacker, according to wallet data. It certainly appears they are the same person. So this one guy, yeah, you got to get my buddy Jim on. Oh, Jim, oh, well, you haven't met Bill. Oh, let you. Terry, that's really where the skills set's at. So it was a lot of intrigue, a lot of drama. But then at the end of the day, the funds were returned. And then Munchables, they're going to set up a claiming feature. You know, it's going to take some time, though. But let's see. I want to go back to Drew Wolfer here. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on here. What are your thoughts of Zach XBT? You probably, like me, been covering him for years or following his stuff for years. Is he a hero? Is he a Robin Hood? Is he kind of like a masked vigilante here? What are your thoughts of this guy?
Well, my first comment is, damn it, Terry. Like, damn it. You know, obviously.
Way to blow it up, man. We always got away with it.
So, I would say he took it there. We'll just put it like that. He took it there. He said, I got time today. All right. So he went ahead and he took it there. I think that it's a good result. We'll put it like that. Let's be politically correct, at least in one thing that we do today. It's a good end result, right? Was the trajectory to get there the best? No, but such is life in successful situations. Sometimes you got to do some suspect type deals to get there, right? So I might not necessarily agree with the approach, but I mean, hey, it's his platform, man. He can do whatever he wants. And at the end of the day, the end result is there. So I think he is kind of like a caped crusader in this, where he's been the hero for so long, you know, that it's like he can kind of do what he wants, man. So
yeah, like Aaron Eckhart, die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. Now, Jake, I want to ask you about Munchables. I'd never heard of Munchables before this. I think most of our viewers, probably most people on, we had never heard of Munchables before this exploit. If they got all the funds back, is Munchables more likely to succeed or less likely to succeed? On one hand, more people are talking about them. On the other hand, they definitely got a little bit of a black eye following them now.
It doesn't matter if you're famous or infamous. More traction and more marketing, more people are going to be speculating at this point now. So I think even if it was all made up, I mean, obviously the transactions on chain weren't made up. It's odd that they got everything back. So if you were looking for some publicity, maybe this is the way to do it.
All right, and chat's coming in. Follow up, Jake. What's the best Lunchable? Since we're talking about Munchable,
the pizza.
Pizza, chat agrees. People like the pizza. People like the pizza. All right, let's go to Thinking Crypto here. Were you surprised that the hacker gave the funds back, especially if it's North Korea? This almost makes me think it's definitely not the Lazarus Group. What were your thoughts when you saw that? Oh yeah, here's all 69 million back.
Yeah, I was very surprised by that. And to Jake's point, it might have been some sort of PR stunt. I don't know. But thank goodness for Zach, man. This guy is a superhero in the crypto industry and helping to save a lot of folks and protect the industry to a certain degree. Because the more we have these hacks and exploits and so forth and nefarious activities, the more of a black stain it puts on the industry. And we're trying to fight for regulations. We're trying to take the industry mainstream. So it's good that this came to a resolution. I don't know what's going on. It seems like there's some sort of PR stunt behind it, but who knows?
All right. I like your assessment. Yeah, we don't need that dark cloud. We don't need that November rain. Oh, that was it. All right. Ty, what are your thoughts of that theory? Let's double click on this. I mean, do you agree? I mean, is there a possibility this was all just a marketing ploy? We have fallen for it. They've tricked Zach. It was never North Korea. Kim Jong-un, he doesn't know anything about this.
I'll say this. There is no such thing as bad PR. You've probably heard that before. Everybody, I mean, think of the Wolf of Wall Street, right? Think of, how much attention Sam Bankman-Fried has gotten. So it could be. I don't know. Here's my thing. If they really hired a dev from North Korea, what in the world were they thinking? That's all I'm going to say to that.
They were thinking North Korea, best Korea. I think that's what they're saying is, right? I'm not sure. I've never been, but it seems unlikely to me and my experience with the world. All right, let's move forward here to the final topic, and that's Coinbase And we're just looking at the stock right now. The thing is down only about, pushing 4%, which is a little bit heavy. Why is Coinbase falling? Well, they lost most of their motion to dismiss the SEC lawsuit. They did not lose the lawsuit. A judge was going to rule should this lawsuit go forward, and the lawsuit is going forward with most of the SEC complaints, mostly revolving around them acting as a unregistered broker, exchange, and clearinghouse. It's also arguing against Coinbase wallet. Looks like they threw out most of the wallet claims. So if you do have a Coinbase wallet, it doesn't look like it's going to be banned anytime soon. And at the same time, they're suing SEC sued Coinbase. In the same week, they've also sued Binance. And of course, they still have the ongoing case with Ripple. Now, before we get into it, I was talking to Jake ahead of the show. We were talking about this SEC lawsuit. Well, Jake, I think the most famous lawsuit in crypto right now is SEC versus Ripple Labs. It's the XRP versus Gary Gensler. But Coinbase, I think you can make the argument has more of an impact on the market, at least in America, because it's a lot of people's on-ramp for XRP, for Bitcoin, or at least it holds some XRP, not so much an on-ramp, but for Ethereum, for, meme coins even. What is going to have a bigger impact on, let's just say, Bitcoin's price? Will it be a loss of Coinbase versus SEC or a loss of Ripple versus SEC?
Bigger impact on Bitcoin's price. I'd have to say it would be the Coinbase lawsuit, right? So there are two separate pieces here. The litigation that was brought against Ripple's for, securities offering, and really litigation that's been brought against Coinbase is selling unregistered securities or being a broker dealer without a license, right? So kind of two separate things. I think that there probably ends up being like a Ripple test is the outcome of that lawsuit where, maybe there's some decentralization or other caveats associated with the Howey test where, you can discern whether something is securities offering at an ICO, and there might be a way that, they state is the best practice there. But with the lawsuit with Coinbase, I got the pleasure of meeting their chief legal officer last year at
Paul Grewal.
Mm-hmm, that's correct. And, they were in litigation at that point. He was not very happy with the SEC. Obviously, I'm sure he's still not very happy based on this outcome here when the judge chose not to dismiss. So I think that they probably will have to get registered in some capacity. Most of the exchanges and other individuals that I talk to on a regular basis are working toward that because they see the writing on the wall. And they also want to be able to participate when securities do become tokenized, bonds and these other real world assets and financial products become tokenized. These exchanges, I think, will want to be able to offer those things and allow those to be interchangeable with digital assets on their platforms. So I think it's an inevitability that they probably do see some fines and then also have to get compliant and get certain licenses in place.
All right. And looking at the poll, which app do you use the most? YouTube beating out X. So if most viewers are on YouTube, we appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. If you're on X, maybe do the same. We would greatly appreciate it. Now, thinking crypto, we're kind of talking about the speculation of SEC versus Coinbase and SEC versus Ripple Labs. What are your thoughts on who has the better chances of walking away victorious? Is it Garlinghouse and Ripple Labs, XRP, or is it the person with my same haircut, Brian Armstrong and Coinbase? That's not funny.
I think it's Coinbase because I've been saying for years, Ripple will have to pay a fine. It just goes back to the early days, the Wild West of the crypto days. No one knew what was going on. That's why these exchanges are getting dinged for KYC AML. So Ripple, they were selling some XRP to institutions. They're going to pay their fine for that. The SEC is not going to get $2 billion. Now, the important fact, though, is that Coinbase's chief legal officer, Paul Grewal, was actually meeting with Ripple's chief legal officer, Stuart Alderati. They've been sharing notes. So Coinbase is actually using some of the Ripple case law versus the SEC, but Coinbase is going to have the biggest impact here, given that they are already public. The SEC greenlighted them to go public, knowing their business model, and is now returning saying, oh, you're selling illegal securities and all that nonsense. So the Coinbase has a strong case. And they also have a lot of politicians that are backing them, Senator Lummis, members of Congress. And in addition, you got BlackRock is partnering with them, working with them. The ETFs are live. They're custodying a lot of the ETFs. So I think Coinbase they have a lot of ammo in their back pocket. And Gary Gensler is losing a lot of cases in court. So that doesn't help him. There's a lot of case law that's popping up now that I think is going to help Coinbase.
I love the idea of Paul and Stuart, the Coinbase lawyer and the Ripple lawyer, like meeting at a cafe somewhere. They both got a briefcase. They kind of slide it underneath the table. They're just sharing notes for the upcoming exam. There's nothing wrong against that. They're probably just talking about strategy and, pointing out maybe some flaws in the SEC's cases on both ends. All right. Well, I want to ask you, Ty, what do you think is the long-term takeaway from this Coinbase versus SEC lawsuit? Is it going to be Coinbase banned for all Americans? You cannot even buy Bitcoin on there anymore. Or will it be the other end, moonshot? We finally get clarity, from this lawsuit. We know what's a security. We know what's a commodity. And now finally the landscape's not filled with mines and potholes.
Well, if it's okay with you, I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on. I was looking for it.
Let's do it. We love it on ATB.
If I could find it. Right. Well, here's the thing. I think that Gary Gensler is a puppet for the banking system. He's a puppet for a lot of those guys. And I think this is just stifling innovation, just like they always do, whether it was the car or electricity. We can go on and on. Right. This is just stifling innovation. I think long term Coinbase is going to be perfectly fine. Again, they're probably going to be slapped with some fines. And think about it. I'm always bullish on BlackRock. And who is BlackRock using as their custodian? Yeah. Well, who are they using for their custodian, right? So why is BlackRock using Coinbase, and so is ARK, and so is all the other ETF holders? I think 9 out of the 11 that got approved. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it's 9 of the 11, right? Come on. I think this is all smoke and mirrors. This is suppress the price. They're going to be buying behind the scenes. Nothing's going to change. If anything, it'll be a big fine, and then off to the races we go again.
Oh, it might be the move to watch some Coinbase stock volume and to see if there are some major players. Well, Drew, we kind of front ran the angle I was going to take, and it is the BlackRock angle. BlackRock is a large holder of Coinbase stock. Not individually. They're a custodian. I understand that. Also, they work very closely with Coinbase for custodying BlackRock's Bitcoin via Coinbase and, their offers there. Will BlackRock affect the outcome of this lawsuit with the SEC, or am I just way too crazy to think BlackRock has that kind of power?
100%, man. They run the world. My wife's mom was down here and I was talking to her about BlackRock and I was like, just give me any company. And she was like, all right, GE. And I was like, there's 3 companies that essentially run the world, right? Like State Street, BlackRock, see what I'm saying? And I Googled them and top shareholders, BlackRock, and then Vanguard, and then State Street. It was wild. And I did it with like 6 different companies. She just named off random companies. So yeah, I think it absolutely holds weight. And that's why I also think that they'll probably get the Ethereum ETFs pushed through, because whatever they want, they're probably going to get, most likely. We won't say it's like a guarantee by any means, but yeah, they're definitely going to they're going to hold some weight in this, right? And I think going back to the previous point, there's a lot to be said for that, because whenever all of these large entities, they're not taking a chance with their ETFs and with the custodying of those funds, right? They're not going to want to move their custody provider here in like 6 months because Coinbase has, I don't know, a lawsuit pending or whatever. And then furthermore, they have to like prove, Coinbase at least, that not Coinbase, but the SEC has to prove that Coinbase is allowing security type instruments, not even necessarily just securities, but also security type instruments, which they've already given up the fight against Bitcoin. So if they don't get ETH, they're just going to keep running down the list. So yeah, I don't see it being that big of a deal. I see fines maybe potentially, but it's going to be fines in the amount that Coinbase brings in fees in like 2 days. And then they're going to say, okay, go ahead and do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, they can make a base meme coin and then, make enough money to pay that off. All right, we're going to go around the blockchain and wrap it up here. And it's going to be Coinbase or Ripple, aka XRP. One gets to win, one gets to lose. Ty, who's the winner, who's the loser? XRP and Coinbase. If you get to choose.
Coinbase, 1,000%, just because of BlackRock. Coinbase.
You're going to give... all right. Thinking crypto, one wins, one loses. How do you think it plays out?
Coinbase, but because also that would actually be beneficial to XRP and all coins.
It actually would. Oh, double winner. I like that as you get by with an asterisk, but you got by. Jake Claver, maybe you're going to buck the trend here. One's going to be a winner, one's going to be a loser. What do you think here?
Ripple wins, and the SEC has to pay them back legal fees.
Ooh, that's basically like 2 days of escrow sales. I'm joking. And true, I still hold XRP, everybody. It's actually on KuCoin, and now I don't even know if I'm effed. True Wolfer, one winner, one loser. What do you think here?
I think Coinbase, the reason being is because if Coinbase goes down, then most likely what's going to happen is that's going to help bolster a rhetoric from the governments or the regulatory bodies to say, we need to be the ones that bring the institution, right? That can do all this. And then they have like almost their industry plant, rather than XRP being essentially what I would call replaceable, because, you know, there's XLM and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that they're replaceable. I'm just saying you could replace them easier than Coinbase.
I think that's a fair statement. You know, the other side to argue that would say, well, Robinhood and a crypto.com could step in and fill that role. I don't know if BlackRock would want that, though. They're like, you mean we got to move this billions of dollars that we just bought? Oh, that sounds sketchy. All right, well, folks, this was a great episode. I want to give a big thanks to all 4 guests jumping in today. Crypto Tide, not on that often. Make sure you go down below. We have links for all the guests below. Make sure you follow them on YouTube if they got a YouTube. Make sure you follow them on X as well. They're all posting really, really good stuff out there. Ty, Thinking Crypto, Jake, Drew, always a great time. We appreciate it. And let us know down in the comments, who would you rather have win? Is it Coinbase or is it XRP? And is it related to the size of your XRP bag? Maybe coincidentally, folks. But that's all we got for today. We'll see you in the future. Hit that like button on the way out.